Imagine if the world's most popular hair loss treatment was banned. What would happen? Now guys, I'm making this video today because there's been a very, very recent development in the news regarding finasteride. Finasteride is basically the most commonly used hair loss medication, and it's being investigated by the European Medicines Agency for safety profile and side effect. Most notably, it's linked to suicidal thoughts. So it's really important that we cover this because this is an ongoing developing story and it could have a massive impact on the hair loss community. Now, it's important to mention this is being investigated by the European Medicines Agency, so it's just relevant to Europe. In this video, I'm going to be discussing what kind of impact this could have upon the hair loss community. Is there likely to be a knock-on effect in America? What might alternative treatments look like? And is this the end for medical hair loss treatments in Europe? So finasteride was originally developed as a prostate treatment, but however, over time, they actually found it's actually really, really effective at treating male pattern baldness. So after several years and much research, it got approved as a treatment for male pattern baldness alongside minoxidil, which is a topical treatment which you put on your scalp. Now, it's very, very clear that finasteride is an effective treatment. There's no doubt about that. However, this isn't the first time that's been in the news in relation to negative side effects. And you know, when I was reading this, it really didn't surprise me because of the situation I found myself in. I was taking finasteride years ago. I had very, very similar side effects to this. So in many ways, this really isn't a surprise to me. In ways, I feel justified now feeling the way I do about finasteride because I really think that this is something that has been coming. Now, for me, the side effects that I got were depression, impotence, and I got a lot of anxiety as well whilst I was taking it. Luckily for me, those side effects did eventually go away. I know people who have been suffering from these side effects years after they stopped taking the medication. Now, let's consider the possible outcomes which may come from this particular investigation which is being done by the EMA. Because I'm guessing right now that some people watching this video might be thinking, oh no, that's the end of finasteride. We'll never be able to get it again and we won't know what to do in terms of dealing with our hair loss. So it's really, really important to add some context here. I think probably the most likely outcome is that there might be tighter restrictions around the medication. They may also put a warning on each box so that people are aware of the potentially serious side effects that come with taking this medication. I think the least likely option is a complete ban across Europe because I just don't think there's enough empirical data that we have right now to definitively say this is super dangerous to the point that we are going to completely take it off the market. A medication has to be really, really bad for that to happen. Add to that in the US, the FDA haven't imposed a blanket ban upon finasteride. I believe they've just put a warning, making people aware about what the side effect profile is of this particular medication. So you finasteride users out there, please don't panic. I think a blanket ban, I think is the least likely option right now. It's really important that we keep our eyes on this, guys, because this is a developing story and there will be more information coming out on this in due course. It may well be that they start only prescribing half the recommended dose of finasteride, or maybe even a quarter. They might find that actually that is equally as effective as taking the full 1 milligram dose per day. But look, I'm just speculating. I'm not a scientist, I'm not a researcher, I'm not a pharmacist. That's just hunch that I have. Now, if there is an outright ban, we need to consider, albeit unlikely, the kind of impact that might have on the hair loss community. We might find that millions of men go into sort of meltdown panic mode. They don't know what to do. They found a medication that works for them. They don't experience the side effects and they feel like they're being a little bit shortchanged just because other people within the community struggled on this particular medication. There could be fight back. There could be anger. I think personally as well, there might become a black market for finasteride. You might find people on the dark web selling finasteride so you can buy it on there. And by the way, if this does happen, I'm absolutely not recommending you do that. Whenever you get medication, make sure you get it from a certified pharmacist. That's the only way. I'm just purely speculating on what might happen. We might also find a transition to more herbal approaches. For instance, saw palmetto, that's been very popular within the male pattern baldness community for a long time as a sort of natural alternative to finasteride. So you might find an increase or an uptake in that potentially. I think more likely other hair loss solutions might become more popular. Hair systems may well become more popular. It's surgery free and it's medication free, so you don't really get any side effects. And that's why a lot of people like it. And that's why they're growing in popularity. Of course, I wear a hair system. Any of you have been following me for a long time. Anyone who hasn't been following me, a hair system is basically a toupee. It's a modern day toupee. Slick, it's comfortable, and you can get it looking exactly how you want it. I think some other people, if they can afford it, might go the hair transplant route. You might find more people doing plasma-rich therapy. Now, guys, I'd love to hear your views on this. I'm sure there's a lot of people, hair system wearers, who are watching this video right now, who have been through taking finasteride, maybe earlier in their hair loss journey. It's something I certainly did. Are you just a finasteride user? Have you never worn a hair system? Is this something that concerns you? Have you found problems taking finasteride, or do you get on with it really well? Has it really helped stop your hair loss progression? And has it been a bit of a godsend for you? I'd love to hear your comments. I check all of them. I always endeavor to reply to every single comment. I'd love to get a conversation started on this because this is a really important developing topic, guys. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I'd love you to join my tribe. Hit that subscribe button. I post about 2 to 3 videos a week, so I'd love to have you on board and to get to know you all a lot better. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and I'll speak to you soon.